So I am the director at the Tierra del Sol Gallery. Our gallery is part of a larger nonprofit program that has actually been around for 50 years. We work with adults with disabilities, and we help people get through college, we help people find jobs or volunteer in their community, and then we also have these 2 thriving art studios with 120 artists in them. The gallery that I run represents those artists, and this is our first time coming to NADA. We're super happy to be here. Thank you for the honor to being part of the spotlight. And so so most of the people that come out of the program, the art world hasn't necessarily heard of them, so I like to focus on solo shows most of the time in the gallery to make sure that everybody sees how epic their art voice is. And we followed through with that here at NADA. We have a solo show of Joe Zaldivar. And Joe actually drove all the way across the country with his parents. He's out there. Say hi, Joe.
Hi.
Awesome. He just showed up just like 5 minutes ago. They've been driving for 5 days, so so cool. So Joe has a beautiful obsession with maps and buildings. He doesn't use projections, he doesn't use a ruler, it's all hand-drawn. Joe had never been to Miami until we got here, and once he hears that he's going to have a show in a certain place, he does a deep dive into researching their buildings and their historic monuments. And he also their everyday average places, like a post office and a grocery store and things like that. CVS is in our booth. And so he does a deep dive into that city, does a bunch of research, and then hand draws the buildings that he wants to and the maps that he wants to. There's the CVS. And yeah, so that's, I think that there's one, he comes up with these maps that, this is a preseason game 1. And even if you're not into football, there's just something about his graphics and his text and his colors that are pretty phenomenal. What's the next one? There's one at the post office that he researched for this show, the Palm Beach, Florida post office. And yeah, so I think that about wraps that up. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all. I'm really proud that there's such a diverse group of practices within the Spotlight, and I've been asked before kind of like what it means to curate Spotlight, what is the kind of overarching theme, and I'm also very proud that I don't really think there is one. But it's interesting to hear you all talk about your artists, and I kind of formerly didn't see as many of the connections, but there's so much about creating space, and whether it's a safe space and spaces of joy and Black women kind of celebrating, or spaces in which to articulate building identities, or quite literally depicting physical spaces, but also kind of creating them in a way that Joe hasn't been to Miami before in making them work. So it's exciting to see all those kind of that interconnectedness of everyone's practice. And in terms of curating, I actually don't really think I curated the section, but it was I'm proud to selection and to institute it for supporting and making sure that means more than just panels or green tabs, but was actually supporting dealers beacons. It's important to have a presence and get the work in front of so many people. I'm also curious about you as individuals, as a dealer, gallerist, sometimes doing independent projects, and what brought you to this space, and Paige, that your organization is a little bit different in terms of not just being a brick-and-mortar gallery, but why the gallery, especially in a time when at least we like to talk about changing modalities, maybe certain more traditional ways of working are kind of collapsing or being remodeled, like the importance of having a gallery, the importance of brick-and-mortar, and the importance of supporting young artists. So I guess I'm curious as to how you all came to be doing what you're doing.
I think it's amazing that Tierra del Sol has these 2 art studios where the art is being made, and then our amazing CEO is sitting in the audience right there, but she actually hired me to open up a gallery in Chinatown in Los Angeles. So our artists are represented like any other contemporary artists on a street where there's 8 other galleries and 15 all around Chinatown, and so we're part of the contemporary art world conversation, a very underrepresented group of people. And again, thank you for NADA for inviting us. There's a couple other programs here at NADA this year that also have programs similar to ours, Creative Growth, which is located up in Oakland. And their space is, there's a gallery attached onto the studio. We're a little bit different that we're 40 minutes away from the studio, so it's like walking into any gallery. But the importance of that is obvious for us. Like, it's an amazing place to introduce our artists. And then also we do other fairs. I mean, the fact that we have this space, this brick and mortar space, we change it out every 7 weeks, and have a space to be part of the conversation in Los Angeles. It's a huge city, and our artists do amazing work, and it's not about whether, you know, what is their disability, what isn't their disability, it's just about the artwork, which is what we're here to do, put them into the community, give them the same chance as everybody else. And I think that the brick and mortar space is super important for that.
I'm from Washington,